What's up, people? How are we doing? Whoa, that's an excellent drawing. Be prepared. Be prepared to get intimidated by the artistry that's about to happen. I don't want you guys to get intimidated, so I'm just starting off with that. Be prepared to be intimidated by my expert drawing. So be prepared. Be prepared. I'm about to get a masterclass. Make sure you take some notes and get ready. All right. I'm just thinking as I'm writing. I'm going to let a few people come in. Say hi as you jump on. Hi, Chloe. Nice to see you. Just trying to get my thoughts together. Oh, look at that. It's 3:33. Whoever likes an angel number, if there was ever a sign, that would have been it. I've been seeing them everywhere. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you. All right, are we guys ready for this masterclass? I see why support is so important on this journey. Yeah, 100%. 100%. By the way, we have business explosion containers for those of you who want to learn how to explode your business. It's going to be the best investment you ever make for your business. 30 days, come in, get the exact shifts you need to make your business look unrecognizable. You can DM me for any details about that. And I think that's why we're focusing more towards personal coaching, because here's the thing. The way that you have been hurt, the way that your reality has been going, the way that the past has let you down, your specific business, your specific love life, you've been hurt in ways that are different than me, that are ways that are different than Chloe, or ways that are different than Ace, that are ways that are different than Gabby, right? And so what I'm realizing more and more with every client that comes in is really I have my unique reasons for why I don't have a manifestation. And those reasons are very different than Sandra's life experience. And those reasons for Sandra's life experience is very different from Chloe's life experience. And everybody has different situations, different, let's say that let's just even pretend all of us went through a breakup, right? I internalized what it meant different than Elaine. And it doesn't mean that I'm right or Elaine's wrong or Elaine's right and I'm wrong. You know what I mean? That's just the way that it is. And Chloe, let's say she's trying to blow up her business. My reasons, for my business not going to the next level are different than Chloe's not going to the next level. We all have stories. We all have resistance for why we can't get to that next level. And it's very custom to you, right? Jeremiah's reasons for why they don't have what they want right now is different than mine. And that's okay, because he's a human, I'm a human, everybody's a human that's had different experiences in life. And it's more about honoring those experiences and getting to the core crux of, why not, right? What I'm noticing more and more in my work is that you, first of all, are a few subconscious shifts away from an entirely different reality. And I want you to understand that, from a place of personal power, you are literally only a few mindset shifts away from a totally different life. Breathe that into your body. Let's start this call off like that. Because here's the thing, the subconscious mind rules all. The subconscious mind tells us if your subconscious is in alignment with what you want, you always get it. That's what law of assumption states. That's what quantum physics states. That's what law of attraction states. That's what universal law states. That's not what Persis states. I don't speak from what Persis states. I speak from what law states, because law is unwavering. You don't care about my opinions. You care about law. You care about what's factual, what's fixed. How do I get a result no matter what? Here's the thing. If you don't have a result right now, it only means one thing. There's still some subconscious blocks that need knocking down. They need to be identified and they need to be knocked down. Right? They need to be shifted. You need to shift it, lock it, bop it, put it in your pocket. I don't care, right? You need to get it out of there, right? We need to get it out of there. But guaranteed, as soon as you shift those subconscious blocks, there is no reality where you can shift your beliefs and not get what you want. You have to get what you want, right? You have to get what you want when you shift your beliefs. There is no other way around it. You can't have shifted beliefs and a bad reality. That's just not the way it works, right? So the goal becomes, how do I identify and how do I shift? Because that's all that matters. The reason that people come into our world and they get incredible results is, one, because we are masters of being able to identify the exact blocks that are keeping you stuck. You got to first understand why it's not there now. You're doing processes. You're not just sitting on your hands. But why are the processes that you're doing not giving you results? It could be a couple things. It could be, one, because you haven't identified the specific blocks, right? So let me explain something to you before I even go into this paper. You don't need to be told, work on your self-concept. You don't need to be told, work on your self-love or worthiness. Like, you know all these things. You're not dumb, right? You know all these things. You know all the techniques. But the problem is, you've been at it for a minute and your approach isn't giving you tangible results. Your approach isn't giving you that. Like, you want something tangible. And that's what frustrates you. That's what it is. And so that's because you don't need someone to come in and give you general principles. This is why personal coaching is always going to reign supreme, right? You don't need someone to tell you general principles. You need someone to get in your head for why love isn't working right now based on your past experiences, and identify your specific love subconscious blockages and tell you exactly how to shift it so that you get tangible results in weeks. And your subconscious blockages for love, for your life, are going to be different than mine for my life, because I've been hurt differently in love. I've been let down differently in love. I'll give you an example of my love patterns, right? I would be open and vulnerable and honest with you guys, right? So in love, I'll be honest, I've always had a good self-concept. When I was single, when I'm in my single era, I am untouchable. No one can mess with me. I'm in my own bubble. I know my worth. I know my value. I know the value of my time, my energy, my commitment, my love, my loyalty. I've always been really locked in solid, that I know I'm just one of those women. I'm the type of woman you marry. I'm not the type of woman you mess around with. Why? Because I'm just not a casual type of gal. I don't know how to give you 20%. I only know how to give you 110. And it's the same way in my business with my clients. I don't know how to give you a half-ass coaching. That's why in our personal coaching, it's more premium ticket. Why? Because I don't know how to give you half of the information. I need to give you all of the information. And I like the freedom to be able to do that in a way that feels fair for both parties, right? Because if I'm giving 110%, I need you to also give 110%. Same way in relationships. If I'm showing up, I'm giving you love, honesty, loyalty, commitment, support, all these different things. I need you to be at your best, right? Because if I can do it, why can't you? So when I'm single, my self-concept's on 1,000,000. You can't touch me, right? But when I get into relationship, my pattern is, I'll tell you guys, is somewhere along the line in the relationship, I start to move into trying to prove my worthiness to the person. And what do I mean by that? I mean that I'm trying to prove to the guy that I'm wifey. right? Because I don't want to casually date. I want the ultimate commitment, and I want to be taken off the market indefinitely. And so for me, where I notice I lose it is that I start to give my worth to the opposite party rather than what allowed them to come in to begin with, right? And so like that's, as an example, my pattern. I start to move into overgiving and overloving and overcompensating, not because I'm not good enough, but because somewhere along the line, I lose connection with my own power. And it's not until I reconnect myself with my power that everything kind of goes back to normal. But otherwise, when I'm disconnected from my power, the whole thing is a crap show. Like, it's awful. It starts to detangle itself, and it starts to fall into nothing. I'm doing a live. And so, like, as an example, like I said before, like, where was I going with this? Sorry. I'm trying to collect my train of thoughts. You need someone to get inside of your, romantic relationship. You need someone to get inside of your business. You need someone who, you need someone to tell you the exact reasons why you don't have it now and exactly what you need to do specifically to get it, right? You're an action taker. Like, all you need is someone to tell you what to do and how to do it. That's all you need, right? You don't need anything else. And if that's you, our world is for you, right? We are here to help the people that you want to change, but you need a coach to show you exactly what needs changing and how to change it. And then you're going to do it. And then your results are going to be crazy, 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 crazy. Because the fastest quantum leaps come from a very targeted, pinpoint approach. I'll give you an example. This is what I've kind of started to draw out below me. This is you at birth. Okay, stick with me with my little diagram. Don't get intimidated by my artistry, as always, okay? This is you in my little diagram. This is you at birth. The key is here. So this is color coordinated also. So this is the good beliefs in case this is inverted, okay? This is the bad beliefs, the distortions, and the energy leaks as the blue marker. Okay, so when you're born, you are basically no one, nobody, nothing. You don't even understand your name. You don't even really understand your gender. You don't understand your socioeconomic limitations. You don't understand any race limitations that might have been put onto you. You don't understand any of that. You're just a baby. You're just a baby wanting milk and care and protection from mom and dad. Hi, Rebecca. I love you too. Thank you for saying hi. And yes, I love to be able to open up to you guys. I'll share some more stories with you. And so this is you at birth. You are pure consciousness. You are God consciousness. When a baby is born, let's pretend this is my baby because I love to use teaching elements. We don't put a baby in a room and say, perform for me. Could you imagine? Could you imagine a baby comes out of its mom and we put it on a table and it's like, perform for us, baby. Perform for us to earn your love and to earn the milk. No, we don't do that. This baby is perfect. This baby is lovable. This baby is worthy and deserving of money, of abundance, of success, of a good partner later on in their life. This baby is worthy of the whole entire world, right? And that's because of the fact that it is connected to pure consciousness, right? And the baby also understands that. Now, as the baby goes about their life, and they get older, right? They have more of a conscious awareness of their gender, their race, their religion, their socioeconomic status, maybe some limitations of their, I think I said race, so I already said that. Now what happens is we get these blue marker dots, which are like the bad beliefs, the energy leaks, the distortions of energy. And we go from pure consciousness, able to manifest instantly connected to source, to now somebody hurt me, my parents yelled at me, I feel not good enough. I feel not worth it to my parents. I feel not deserving. And maybe let's say you go from 100% pure consciousness, instant manifester, to now you got 20% of not so good beliefs. You start school, maybe you're not the popular kid, you start to feel ostracized, you start to feel not good enough, all the fun things. And then you get even a little bit more older. And now you got about 40% of unfavorable things, more hurt, more pain, more isolation, right? More evidence that success is not for you. Friends are not for you. Love is not for you. Why? Because XYZ person hurt you. John, Jacob, and Jingleheimer and Schmidt slept with the next door neighbor's cat and they let you down. Pluto had an affair with Uranus and Uranus is sleeping with Jupiter. And now it's a whole thing, right? Thank you so much, Melly. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Love you so much. And so you see what I mean? We say external things happened. People ostracized me at school and I wasn't the cool kid and nobody wanted to be my friend. Therefore, I'm not good enough. And because I felt not good enough in that moment when I was bullied in school, the problem is humans believe their emotions. Oh, this reminds me. I saw those movies. Man, did I cry. Problem is humans believe their emotions. So when somebody hurts you, you feel not good enough. You feel it in every single cell and fiber of your body. When somebody embarrasses you at school, your face gets so red hot you could boil an egg on it. Right? You have a visceral, physiological reaction in your body. And in that moment, boom, there is a stamp. There is an impression on your brain in a negative direction. And the problem is the brain goes to two things. Want to know what those two things are? Let me know down below in the comments. You want to know what those two things are? Are you interested to know what that is? The brain always defaults to two, like one or the other. So you guys want to hear it? Yes, yes, yes. Lauren says yes. Sarah says yes. So let's talk about it. So it goes into one of two directions. The first direction, Melly says yes. So we'll do it because Melly said it. Can you rephrase it? Yes. So when you get hurt in life, I'm just talking about from youth to adulthood, right? From youth to adulthood. When we get hurt, we create different beliefs in our brain that are unfavorable. These little blue markers, these energy distortions, these subconscious limiting beliefs that take us out of pure consciousness, pure unconditional love, like how we are at birth. When we are birthed, we are worthy, good enough, deserving of abundance, deserving of success, deserving of an incredible partner later in life. We are worthy of it all. We are deserving of it all. And the only time we get disconnected, right? We make those experiences of our worth. Okay, yeah, so that part. So then let's say as an example, you start a business and the business fails. There are going to be two different people. The first person is going to say, my business failed because of me. I'm not good enough. I'm not deserving of abundance. I'm not worthy of success. And that's why the business failed. So the first thing is we are going to create meaning out of unfavorable events that happened. We also do this in the positive direction. When a good things happen, we create a belief about it in our head about what it means. So everything in life is basically a story we tell ourselves based on the external. So when a good thing happens, we stamp it with a story. That story can either be positive or either be negative. Usually, if it's a positive event, it gets stamped with a positive story. Usually, if it's a negative event, it gets stamped with a negative story. So our life is made up, hi Jordan, our life is made up of stories that we stamp onto events that happen to us. So we say, you know what, listen, this person broke up with me, therefore I'm not good enough. My business is not hitting 100K months, therefore clients don't like me. My health is at an all-time low, that's because I don't deserve good health, right? We have an event that makes us create a meaning. Now, the brain psychologically goes into two different categories. The first category is it goes into self-loathing, means it blames self for the event that occurred. It says that man broke up with me, it's because I'm not worth it. If I was worth it, he would have stayed. He didn't stay, so it means I'm not worth it. We rationalize us being the problem. You remember the Taylor Swift song? It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Right? So we create meanings in two ways. If it's a positive event that happens outside of us, it creates a positive meaning, usually, right? Of course. And then if it's a negative event, usually we stamp a negative meaning. Now, what we want to do is we want to get clear on the two types of negative meanings we stamp on outside things. So when a negative thing happens outside of us, we either say it's because I'm not worth it. If I was worth it, this would have happened this way. It didn't, so I must not be. My business didn't blow up. I'm still at the same spot I was last month. Therefore, I must not be worth it. Therefore, I'm not good enough. Therefore, I'm not smart enough. Therefore, I'm not deserving enough. It's a me problem. When life lets you down, where does your brain go? Does your brain go me? Or does your brain go, clients are the problem? Men are awful. Women are liars. Men are cheaters. You know what I mean? You either blame yourself or you either blame the actual desire you want. So let's say you want love, right? But you keep getting all the men that lie to you. Usually people who have high self-worth then don't blame themselves. They blame men. Men are awful. Men are terrible. Men don't commit. There's no good men out there. But if your self-worth is low, you always blame yourself. Why? Because the subconscious mind attaches itself to its insecurity to justify why it can't work for them. Hear that again. Your subconscious mind justifies your lack of whatever it is by your greatest insecurity. So if your greatest insecurity is, I'm not worthy of more clients, your brain will say, it's not the clients that are the problem, you're the problem. You're not worth it. If you want a provider man, you want a masculine man more than anything else in the world, and you have low self-worth, your brain will go, yeah, but you're not worthy of that masculine man. You don't deserve that type of protection and provision. But if your self-worth's on 10 and your relationships are failing, you might have a better default story to be less about you, but then it still needs somebody to blame. Your brain's going to blame something because it needs to rationale why what you want, you don't have. It needs to be able to find justification for why your life isn't working the way you want. So it's either going to attack you or it's either going to attack it. So if your self-worth is high and your relationships are failing, your brain might ration that by saying, yeah, but there's just no good men available. Why? Because that's logical. That's what the brain logics into, right? You want an incredible business. You want to double your income. You want to climb up your corporate ladder. You want a 6- and 7-figure position. But if your self-worth is low, your brain will go, I don't deserve it. If your self-worth is high, your brain will go, money is evil. Money is hard to come by. I have to work hard for money, right? It'll blame the object that you want rather than yourself. Do you see the difference? So the brain goes into this logical reasoning for why we can't have what we want based on either self or it, like the desire, the actual thing, the shiny object that we want. Does this make sense, guys? Does this make sense before I go forward? So we start out as pure consciousness here, okay? All the good beliefs. As a baby, we don't need to perform for our worth. We know we are inherently worthy. But as we get older, as the limitations of society, the limitations of our parents, the limitations of our schooling systems, the limitations of maybe our race or our religion get projected onto us, and we take on, maybe I'm just giving random examples. These aren't real examples, but like 20%. I'm just trying to quantify it so it can be a little more tangible. 20% of bad beliefs, 20% of energy leaks, 20% of distortions in our energy field. And then what happens? Every belief system that's rooted in you, has a magnet attached to it. That's what I want you to think of. And these little things down here, those are magnets. Don't get intimidated by my artistry. Don't get intimidated. I know I'm an expert drawer. Don't get intimidated. These are magnets. Hi, Mara. Haven't seen you in a while. Well, please do engage. So hopefully the algorithm brings you back. I notice the more we engage with the things that we like, it brings us back over and over again. So hopefully you stick around. Hope I see you more. Binge watch some of the new videos that are out. But these are our magnets. So I want you to imagine every single good belief system and poor belief system have magnets attached to it. So this is called our electromagnetic field. This is called our electromagnetic field. And so let's say, as an example, one of the blue markers, which by our key is our bad belief, right? Our energy leak, is I'm not good enough. Now, I'm going to use examples in both money, business, and love. Okay, so let's say I'm not good enough is the belief. I'm going to write on here and then I'll show you. So I'm not enough. Now, here's the second thing you need to hear. I'm not enough. Stick with me here. This is going to be a little bit out there, but I need you to kind of get what I'm saying. We don't get to choose how reality hurts us. Now, what do I mean by that? If everyone is you pushed out, right? If everyone is you pushed out, the mirror principle, as within, so without. Some people can be like, but how did I attract cheating? How did I attract foreclosure? How did I attract my business only doing 20K months instead of 50K months? And here's the thing, subconscious mind blocks are always the answer. Like, the only reason you don't have what you want is because there's still some more subconscious blocks that need shifting. The good thing is that you are a few subconscious shifts away from an entirely different reality. So the whole process is like, we got to understand the blocks that are holding us back. And so I'm not good enough. Now, we don't get to choose how we get hurt, but we always get a person, a place, or a situation to validate the story. So remember, something positive can happen in our life and we either stamp it with a good meaning or we stamp it with a bad meaning. And then a bad thing can happen in our life and we can either stamp it with a good meaning or stamp it with a bad meaning. But everything is a story that we stamp on it. We can either stamp a good meaning, we can either stamp a bad meaning. Now, can you stamp good meanings on bad things? Yes. But is that the brain's natural way of going? Not always, unless you've done a lot of inner work on yourself. So sometimes a negative thing can happen, like let's say a breakup, and a woman or a man will internalize, I'm going to show them. I'm going to glow up. I'm going to be the best person in the entire world, and they're going to regret it. And that would be actually a good meaning that allows that person to go off and attract better. But is that the way we always approach things? Not always. It depends, right? Everything is subjective. Not everything works perfectly for every situation. You can also have a breakup and you can stamp it with the meaning that I'm not good enough. If I was good enough, this person would have stuck around and they didn't, so it must mean that I'm not. And that makes a lot of logical sense, because if I was worth it, they'd be here. They're not, though. So how can I trust that I am? How can I trust that when I have evidence that shows me otherwise? But here's the thing. Your self-worth is not dependent on another person's actions to begin with. If you're having circumstantial belief, that means you need life to show you good for you to believe good. And in order to master manifestation, that can't be the case. You've got to know you're good whether you get a good thing, a good situation, or a bad situation. Then that means you're able to stop the amount of bad that happens. Because when you know yourself as worthy, deserving, good enough, chosen, wanted, special, abundant, financially free, freedom within yourself, when you have that inner knowing that even if life gives you something good, or either if life gives you something bad, you're like, I know my worth. I know that I'm good enough. I know that I'm deserving of more. Then the amount of bad that happens becomes less and less and less and less. And the amount of good that happens becomes more and more and more and more. And then pretty soon, you don't even really get bad, but like once a month or once a year, right? And it's all about stepping into your power, not circumstantial power. right? So this is landing. What it means is that we have self-concept issues that need to be addressed. Because if you're saying, I can't know myself as worthy, right? I can't know myself as worthy until people show me that I'm worthy. Well, then you're always going to be having your self-worth based off of somebody else. And it is the act of having your self-worth based off your finances, based off your clients, based off your man, based off your woman, that's already puts a baseline of I'm not enough. I need you to show me that I'm enough. It's kind of like this. It's like you have a remote controller and you're giving it to the opposite party and you're saying, well, depending on how much you show up for me today will determine how much I love myself. Here you go. You can't give your power away. Your power has to be with you. When your power is with you, you're able to hold the energy of knowing your worth in spite of. And the more that you can stop relying on others, the faster your reality shifts. Now, this is a process that gets trained because the brain will always go for finding a meaning. It wants to find a meaning. It wants to find a rationale. It wants to find, right? Is it a you problem? Is it an it problem? If the self-concept's high, it'll blame it. If your self-concept is low, it'll blame you. Where do you go? Do you blame you? If you blame you, you are in the right place, right? If you blame it, you're still in the right place. But like, literally on Monday, I have my self-concept experience starting if you want to go through this journey together. I have one-on-one coaching where we're going to sit down and identify your specific blockages and give you a custom tailored routine to knock them down in 60 days or less. Imagine shifting your whole life in 60 days, 60. People come in, they haven't gotten results in years. We look at them, we find their energy blocks, and we give them a routine that purposely rewires it. And then we give you techniques on what to do during the middle, when you get the opposite, what to do when you're spiraling, how to correct your brain when it goes into the negative. And we give you technique after technique after technique after technique. And then we hold you in that energy for 60 days. My clients struggle to spiral for even an hour or two. Why? Because as soon as they're having an intrusive thought, they're already messaging me. And they're like, Persis, I feel really stuck here. What do I do? And then I'm like, this is exactly what you need to do. This is why it's happening. This is what we're going to do instead. Boom, done, send. They don't even have time to stay stuck. Imagine the type of coaching that allows you the freedom that your coach is there for you like that. 24/7. Your coach is there for you. You don't have time to stay stuck. Because if I've already given you the answer, you're already off implementing it. You're already off implementing it. So that's how our clients get really fast results, is we offer a style of coaching that is not very popular, which is what we call the unlimited coaching package, the king or queen package for the type of person that wants to come in. They don't want the general courses. They don't want the general advice. They want to know their precise things of what's blocking them specifically in a high level approach. And they want to know exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Put me in, coach, and I'm going to do it. They want all the fluff and the BS cut out. They're like, just tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. And I'm like, perfect. You're my person. You are our person. Because we like people that see that your issue is the subconscious. We got to reprogram you, babe. We got to reprogram you, because if you have an I'm not good enough belief in love, in money, in business, that can attract clients rejecting you. That can attract a hate campaign online. That can attract a breakup. That can attract people cheating on you. That can attract emotionally unavailable partners. That can attract people who love bomb you. That can attract people who don't choose you. That can attract people who come in, use you, and then leave you. That can attract abandonment, right? One little limitation can attract 15 million different outcomes. And so it's really important to work with an expert that knows how to identify your specific blocks. Your blocks are different than somebody else's blocks, and your answers are not going to be found in a general course because your blocks are your blocks. Your blocks are not my blocks. You've been hurt differently. You've been let down differently than the next person, and you need an approach that is custom to you. Hey, Persis, I want you to see inside of my business and tell me why it's not blowing up and what I need to do to double my income. Done. I'm so good at it. It's a joke. People come into my world, and in 45 days, my girl was making $30,000, and now she's making $42,000 a month in her business. I have another woman that was facing collections. She owned a flower shop. She wasn't even an online business. She was like a flower shop. Her bills were getting sent to collections. In 21 days, she manifested $90,000. You attract people, places, and circumstances according to your mental state. Yes, 100%. You attract people, places, and situations to validate these stories that are in you, right? That's what we attract. So if we have a story that says I'm not enough, I will always attract a person, a place, or a situation that makes me feel not enough. Why? Because the subconscious mind is designed to act like a magnet. So if I have a belief that says I'm worthy, right? I'm worthy of money, but not I'm worthy of love. The belief that says I'm worthy of money. Let's do this for 2 seconds. I'm worthy of money, and I'm not worthy of love, right? Sorry. Both act as magnets. Humans have duality. They have two different, they're made up of positive beliefs and negative beliefs. The positive beliefs positively magnetize good things in. You have positive beliefs that you don't really doubt, you don't really question. Maybe that's family's always good to you. Maybe that's your boss loves you. Maybe that's money works out for you. You have certain things in your life that are already positive beliefs. And think about it. You never have to try to affirm to get that area of your life to work. Why? Because you're programmed that way. You have a stamping in your brain that says positive for this thing. What we need to do is we need to identify the things that aren't working, right? We need to identify the things that aren't working that are stamped with negative and get them into positive, so they can passively attract the good stuff. Because the problem is the magnet is working, but it's working in bringing you the negative, right? So if we have a belief that says I'm worthy of money, that's what this bottom one here says. I'm worthy of money. That acts as a magnet. And then it brings you, here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Don't be intimidated by my expert singing voice. So Shane McMahon, his intro song in WWE, if anybody's old enough to understand that reference. You have a belief that says I'm worthy of money. Here comes the money. Money talks. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Sorry, in case you didn't know the song. Now I've introduced you to an amazing song. So we don't have to try because the belief is coded positive. It's stamped positive. Okay, now let's say the belief on the negative side is I'm not worthy of love, right? I'm worthy of money, but I'm not worthy of love. What does that attract us? That acts as a magnet too. Every belief we have acts as a magnet that brings more of it. Every belief we have acts as a magnet and brings us more of it. Every belief. So if I have a belief that says I'm not worthy of money, what is the possibility that could be attracted to me? I want you to use your noggin. I'm not just going to give you the answer right now. I'm going to give you bonus points for engaging with me. What is one possibility of an event that could happen that would prove I'm not worthy of love? Use your noggin. Engage with me. It'll help code it into your brain. Engage with me. I'm not worthy of love. What is one possible thing that could come to me, that could be magnetized to me because of that belief? Name me one. Why are my notifications going off? I love it, Josh, but that's not a negative one. It's not a negative one, but bonus points for effort. I'm not worthy of love. What is one negative thing that could happen, that could be magnetized from I'm not worthy of love? So I'm not worthy of love, Angela, hot and cold relationships, 100%, gold star. An abused partner, 100%, gold star. What's another one? Getting cheated on, gold star, 100%. Could also be a breakup, 100%, gold star. Cheating, 100%. Friends with benefits, 100%, gold star. Avoidant man, 100%, gold star. Friends that gossip, yes, 100% gold star. Yep, because it can push out in multiple areas. I like that. Not finding a soulmate, 100% gold star. Abandonment, 100% gold star. Do you see this? Do you see how I'm getting you to use your brain? Do you see this, right? So you can now see how this one little baby belief, it doesn't even feel like it's that big of a deal, could attract literally 100 million different options to you. People are like, why did I attract cheaters? Honestly, I like to think of the universe as like a go fish pile. We don't get to choose how we get hurt, but we always get a person, a place, or a situation that validates the story we stamped on it. So what is the most primary story you can think of that was stamped in a negative direction? Where does your first lived experience of I'm not worthy of love? Did that come from mom and dad? Did that come from your high school sweetheart? Where did it come from? Where's the origin? Attracting in unavailable people, married, 100% gold star. Do you guys see this? Is this making a lot of logical sense? We are pure consciousness. We are source energy. We are God itself. And it is as life has gone on, as we've gotten older, we've started to disconnect from who we really are. Bad belief, bad belief, bad belief. I'm not worthy. I'm not loved. I'm not chosen. I'm not abundant. I'm not a millionaire. I can't be successful. Being bullied at school, 100% gold star. Being outcasted, being ostracized, 100% gold star. And so what we need to do is we need to get these energy leaks. We don't want magnets of the opposite, right? We want magnets that are in the good direction, but it involves identifying the source. We have to identify the root issue. We've got to get to the root. The reason that things aren't working as fast as you want is because you haven't gotten to the root issue. That's why our work works so fast. Because when you get to the root issue and when you reprogram it exactly how we teach you to do it, things change so fast, so fast, so fast, so fast. Because here's the thing, you can't do superficial techniques and then get a long-term result. You need a customized approach. You need, hey Persis, hey Kim, hey Sam, look at my situation. Here's my situation. What do I need to do to get results in 2 months? And we're going to be like, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to change. This is what we're going to be doing. This is your new routine. These are your affirmations. This is what I want you to do when you spiral. When your brain starts to go in the negative direction, here's our brain correction exercise. Boom, 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 boom. And then you're going to go off and you're going to do that. And then you're going to message us and text us on our personal number. Every time you slip, every time you fall off, every time that you start to have a doubt, you start to have a question. And then we're like, this is exactly what you need to do. This is what I want you to do. I want you to do this technique. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. And it becomes really hard to stay stuck. Do you want that level of accountability? If we're going to give you the keys to the kingdom, are you going to create excuses? Are you going to continue to do the work and then look outside? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Are you going to do it and then be like, why is it not here yet? Why is it not here yet? Why is it not here yet? Or are you going to trust the process? If you're willing to be temporarily uncomfortable, and it's going to be a little uncomfortable, you are getting rid of patterns that have been with you for decades. Imagine you're 20 years old right now, right? And you started forming negative beliefs around the age of 7. You still have a decade of unfavorable programming. And so this is about being compassionate with yourself, but also understanding that you're investing in healing things at the root. When you heal it at the root, it never comes back. It doesn't. You need to heal things at the root. Work from the root up. When you work from the root up, you're going to have a purification process where it feels uncomfortable. That's when you rely on us. That's when you message us. That's when you reach out to us for that support, and we are there for you. This is not no, we reply in 5 business days. This is we are literally replying the same day or the next day. And I reply to my clients sometimes multiple times a day because we're always on our phone. If I'm not teaching, if I'm not filming, if I'm not recording, I'm supporting my high-level clients because that's what you paid for. So I show up at 110%, and I need you to too. This doesn't mean I create these codependent relationships with my clients. I want you doing the work. If you're not going to do the work, no one can save you, not me, not nobody. But if you're ready to do the work, you're like, I just need a coach to tell me what to do. I just need that coach to tell me exactly what to do, and I swear on God, I'm going to do it. Because I'm committed to have a great, big, beautiful life. Our work is for you. If you're going to come in and put your head down and be willing to be a little bit uncomfortable for the long-term benefit to set you up for the rest of your life, imagine if you were to reprogram your negatives into positives, how much that would transform your life. From a financial standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a love standpoint. You don't ever have to worry about money again. You don't ever have to worry about love again. You don't ever have to worry about clients or business again. Big picture. In our world, we reprogram the only thing standing in your way for success, so you have no choice but to win. And we give you as much support as possible. As much support as we can to lead you down that path. Now I see how much is it to work one-on-one with you. Slide into my DMs. We have a couple different options for the people who are ready to go in this new year. First things first is there's 2 main options. The first one is a program. Now in the program, I know I just shit on programs. I'm going to teach you how to get to the root issue like how I do with my one-on-one clients. This is for the type of person who prefers education, prefers a group setting, and might also be in a lower budget. The self-concept experience is in the link in my bio. It works for love, money, business, success, whatever you want. If your problem is you blame you, the self-concept experience is only $400. It's literally $100 a week for 4 weeks. It's $400 total for a 30-day completely transformative experience. I'm going to teach you my process. I'm going to show you how to identify your blocks, how to shift it, and I'm going to give the whole group a routine template of what to ground into for our 30 days together. If that's your budget, that's the best place to be. However, if you want something that's the more customized, fast track approach, the customization, you want to message, oh, Persis, I liked that. I want to message. I want to talk. I want to have support. I want to have customizations. I want you to see inside of my situation and tell me exactly what to do for me to get real, tangible results in 30 or 60 days or less. One-on-one coaching is for you. One-on-one coaching is also in the link in my bio, or slide into my DMs and we can have a conversation about which one's better. But that one begins at $1,000. It begins at $1,000. So you've got to be willing to come in at that level in full or on a payment plan. It starts there. We don't do discovery calls, but you are able to slide into my DMs, ask me any questions, whatever you may need. I want to make sure you choose the right thing for you. But this is the budget for come in, learn my process of what to do and how to do it, and let me support you in a group setting for 30 days so that you can do it and you can get results. It's a little more self-led, right? The customization element isn't there in a group program because it is a group, but I will teach you everything I know. I will teach you how to be independent of me and to do it on your own. But we're not going to be texting back and forth because that's not the level of support that the group has. Or you can come in and say, you know what, screw group. I want all custom all the way. I want you and me. I want you and your other coach, Coach Kim, my mom, my dad, Mr. Sammy and Miss Kim. I want them in my situation, telling me exactly what to do, supporting me through the process, giving me my custom thing. I want to know my blocks. I want to know how to shift it so I can get results in 60 days or less. That's personal. That's one-on-one. That starts at 1K, right? And so send me a DM. If you liked this, please go and give a follow on my other pages and slide into my DMs, and I'll help guide you to the correct package. Payment plans are available, and let's blow things up in 2025. And for my business owners, I have a business explosion 1-month container. Let me get my hands on your business and make it the best investment for the very first month of the year. Let's start the year off strong and make your business unrecognizable. All right, so there's plenty of options for you guys. You can go stalk the different things. My YouTube has a playlist called the Success Story Hall of Fame. There are literally over 70 hour-long interviews of really unbelievable results from real people. On my Instagram, there's hundreds, if not thousands of screenshots from people getting results in all areas. In my Facebook group, there are hundreds, if not thousands of screenshots. We've gotten over 2,000 results in about 2.5 years of doing this work. Why? Because the work works, because it's universal law. It's universal law. So send me a message. Go on the link in my bio, choose the option you want if you already know what you want, and add the group, because the self-concept experience starts on Monday and you don't want to miss the first live. It's going to be the most powerful program you ever do. And once I start it, it will not be available for purchase, and I will never run it again, and I will not sell the replay. Make sure you get into it. And or one-on-one coaching.